You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. You can't stop me now.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. You join me this time in Luang Prabang, the non-capital capital of Laos. You join us this morning inside the National Museum. We have the Royal Palace and we have this beautifully decorated temple just behind me here. Day one, as you know, exploring day. We're taking a walk, see what we can find. First stop, like I've said, this Royal History Museum, and then we're going to keep heading north up towards the river. There's a couple more beautiful sites we've got on our radar, so less talking, more seeing. So this Royal Palace Museum is really quite cool, but as we found with the Thai royal family, everything's very secretive. Not a lot of things can be photographed, so you're basically getting my reaction of the exterior, which is actually a really nicely kept green space. But I wasn't even allowed in the museum with this. However, Gemma's bum bag was, so I guess there's things in there that don't fit in a bum bag but fit in my backpack. So I'm now having to walk across the lovely place to the locker systems, and then I'll go back and explore a museum that I can't show you. Having wandered out from the Royal Palace Museum and just round a couple of corners, we found ourselves in the Huan Chan Heritage House just up here. It's got a lot of interesting history about Luang Prabang and the local cultures and historic way of life of the families here in Luang Prabang, so it was definitely a very good little find to search up Huan Chan Heritage House. Plus there was a really nice cafe for a good little coffee, so always a bonus. So you find us now inside the shade of this lovely tree sat within the grounds of Wat Visounnarath. In a tragic case of mistiming, we walked through the gates at the exact same time as roughly 40 tourists on tour groups, and so we decided to just take a seat for a minute and let the crowd pass. Time to chill out, relax a little bit before we go and explore our final little bits for today. Second day now, and you join us within the Kuang Si Waterfalls National Park area, and as you've just seen, we are heading into the butterfly park, which is one of the first attractions. So thankfully starting to clear, starting to have some sun break through, so fingers crossed it's going to be a pretty awesome day of adventure. Now, I've found me a rather interesting looking hole in the floor, which from my time working out in the Amazon rainforest, I'm pretty sure is going to contain a nice big arachnid spider or tarantula. Let's see what it is. It's a crab! Well, colour me confused and not embarrassed. It's exactly what the spiders used to live in, but I was not expecting a crab to come out of that hole. So we are well on our way through the butterfly park at the moment. Seen a few lovely little sites beforehand, nice open wild butterfly areas, some hatcheries, all these sorts of things. Then the main attraction, which of course was the butterfly house containing, they say, anywhere from 30 to 80 species of butterfly, which is frankly insane. Butterflies live for a really short time. Caterpillar can be 1 to 3 weeks, and then the adults 1 to 3 weeks again. So a total lifespan of like maybe 6 weeks at a push. So I knew it was a short amount of time. I didn't realize it was quite so short, so that's really interesting. We're now out of the house, as you can see, and we're taking what's called their jungle walk. So we're walking along this quite nicely put together path, with bamboo and trees and everything all over the place. So let's go and explore what the rest of the butterfly park has to offer, and then head off to some waterfalls. So you see these guys behind me, they are Ursus tibetanus, or Asian black bears and moon bears. Now these guys are living in this sanctuary because they have been rescued from a few different reasons, but the main one is bear bile farming, and if you're not aware of it, go and have a quick look now. In traditional medicine, the gallbladder of the bears, the bile from within it, is used in traditional medicine somehow to treat humans, but there are freely available non-animal based products, yet still to this day bear bile farming goes on. It is very nearly stopped though, so keep going, and you must donate to free the bears. I'll leave a link. There are actually sanctuaries here in Laos, one in Cambodia and one in Vietnam. So there's a lot of work being done by this company all over Southeast Asia to protect these guys as he falls asleep in possibly the most uncomfortable looking position ever. Lots of work going on by Free the Bears to protect these species who are in a massive decline population wise. So once again, they and Free the Bears need your help, so get donating. After one hell of a scramble up a hill and probably a lot of sweat pouring off my forehead, we have made it to the very top of the Kuang Si Waterfall. There it goes down there. And look at that view over the valley. Wow. Definitely worth the trek. And if you come to Kuang Si, make sure you get up to the top, scramble all the way up, because this view, more than worth it. Hello. Another day here in Luang Prabang. As you hear all the traffic, it's a constant noise here, and a lot of the bikes are ridiculously loud for some reason. I'm taking a solo trip down to place called Wat Visounnarath, which is a large temple, just coming up to it now. So I'm going to go and explore this, and then I'll be fetching Gemma from a cafe in a minute, and we'll be going to the Luang Prabang Museum to learn a little bit more about the area and the city that we've been in the last couple of days. So let's go. This temple behind me, which is called Wat Visounnarath. Basically on Google it's always called something a little bit different, much easier for people like me to say, but obviously it does have a slightly different name, as you'll have seen by the sign. It is considered to be the oldest temple here in Luang Prabang. Legend has it that it was built more than 400 years ago in the center of what was a rice field, which is now a well-kept lawn with beautiful palm trees. Really cool piece of history. Nice to see something that is so old and long-standing. Obviously back in the UK we have churches that are hundreds and hundreds of years old, so it's quite nice to see other religious buildings that have stood strong in stature for as many years. Well, I must say that visit to the Laos Visitor Centre was heavy but very informative. As you'll have seen in the last video when we were down in Vang Vieng, I did buy myself a small little ring made from the remnants of one of these bombs, and now I fully understand what they mean by the poverty-stricken areas that are being caused by these bombs. Yeah, really informative. And now I know what they mean by the secret war, basically the second war between North Vietnam and South Vietnam because of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which passed through a large majority of Laos, a war that they didn't really have anything to do with, and to this day, more than 30 years on, children are still being killed as they walk through their farm fields. So yeah, very interesting, but a very sad little trip that, but it's always good to get new knowledge and understand more about the history of the country that you're traveling in. You join us now on our final full day in Luang Prabang. We're not quite in Luang Prabang anymore. We have taken that small little boat upriver, so it's our final full day here around Luang Prabang, and we're on a bit of a day trip, starting off with this village here, which is one of the main places where they make their rice whiskey, or many of the alcoholic products that are sold on the night markets, etc. in Luang Prabang. Took good medicine. This is more of, more of a whiskey apparently. It's quite a lot. Oh, it smells strong. That was a good one.
That's a duck.
So here we actually have the wine and whiskey in production. So it sits on top of heat fire for, say, 30 days?
Yeah.
30 days, and cooks through really slowly, and then eventually you can see it drip out. I've gone off pan there. It's not the alcohol, it's just me being bad at camera work. You see it drip off there into the urn, at which point it then becomes the lovely drink that we have just tried and bought. We bought ourselves a little bit of red rice wine, that's a tongue twister for you, that we are going to save up and wait to use for Christmas, which is coming up soon. This village has been around since 1363, one of the longest standing places we've been to for a very long time. Now, as I head back to my boat, it is time to get up to the cave and explore a little bit of that region too. Yes, we're in a cave, but not the Pak Ou Caves. Pak Ou Caves were a little bit underwhelming. There's a lower cave and an upper cave, and then more or less just a place of worship, shrine, lots and lots of Buddha statues that have been brought from all over. And seeing as we've seen a lot of things in that similar style, it was not up there with the better ones that we've seen. And I think because it was a cold day, the boat just made us chilly inside, and therefore, yeah, hence it being a bit underwhelming. But if you're in the area, it's definitely something to go and see. This cave is actually at the base of something called the Fuzi Hill, which is in Luang Prabang, and it's our final stop for the day. This cave is down at the base, as I've said, and there is a Buddha shrine inside. It's a tiny little cave, can nearly touch the top. So it's time to climb the steps and go and see the stupa on the top of the hill, which legend has it, the Monkey King took the hill from Sri Lanka, brought it to Laos and dropped it in the centre of Luang Prabang, and then of course the monks went and put a beautiful stupa on the top. So time to get up those stairs. Let's go and do it right now. There you have it, ladies and gents. Our final morning here in Luang Prabang before we head off to the train station and get our train. It's been really nice, relaxing few days. Plenty done, as you have seen. But we're quite looking forward to the next adventure because we've got a couple of days in Vientiane, but before we know it, we will be heading off to Vietnam, ready for Christmas. Yes, it is that time of year, so as I leave you drinking my Dada coffee, I'll say goodbye. Leave a like, subscribe, do all of those things to help me out because I'm just loving making the videos. So any help you can offer me is just 100% top tier. So I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.
Can't stop me now. Set my side.